on this just a minute ago and it was fine. Right, we'll go with that here. Right, so welcome to today's live stream. I'm Rachel Smith, business coach. If you haven't met me before, I work with female entrepreneurs who totally know that this is their time to grow their flipping, amazing, awesome business so that they can step into that life that they've been hankering after for so long. It's likely that you've already been, my clients, it's likely that you've already been running a business for some time, that you've generated income from it, but it's not quite the income that helps you make amazing impact on your life. So I help my clients through looking at their strategies, at their business plans, looking at their vision, looking at that very strategic element that is required for all of our businesses. But my kind of sweet spot is really about getting your whole self, like your mindset and everything, ready to start to call in those clients and the money that will really make that massive impact on your business and therefore your life. And I absolutely love this work. And one of the things that I do as a business coach is I run a Facebook group, Live Your Abundant Life. And I'm going to be sharing a little bit more information about this group in a little while after I've shared the content of today's live stream, which is about the 3 biggest mistakes that I see business owners making when it comes to creating content for their audience. So whether you're watching this live or watching the replay, if you've got any questions, if what I'm saying is resonating with you, please respond, let me know. I want to make this as interactive if it's live for you as possible, and if you're watching the recording back, you can still ask me your questions about your own business. So I'm here to serve you, so this is very much about you being supported in your business. So why am I talking about content? Well, in the past, I have definitely been a little bit inconsistent with my content, and this had detrimental effect on my business. And there was lots of reasons why I was inconsistent with my content. But the moment that I actually became very consistent with my content is the moment that I started to massively grow my business. So I really understand from a business owner's perspective that it is essential for us to be creating content for our audience really consistently. But it's just not enough to create like some content. This is like content that really speaks to the heart of your clients. So let me know if this is something that you're interested in. If you're like, yes, I'm guilty of creating content that just doesn't do anything, or perhaps you're feeling a little bit stuck about the content that you are creating in your business as well. And I have definitely been there on all occasions. So let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes that business owners make, and then let's explore how you can actually change that. And then I've got a really brilliant opportunity for you to come and work on creating amazing content that actually converts your warm audience to paying clients. And this is like a free business resource for you, so just watch till the end and I'll be sharing a little bit more about that. So the 3 biggest mistakes that I see and I have personally experienced previously in my business life are these following 3 mistakes I see happen. And I've mentioned the first one, which is about inconsistent. So this is the first mistake I see happen a lot. And that is where people are inconsistent with creating content for their audience. And when we're talking about content, this could be anything. This could be social media posts, it could be blogs, it could be videos, it could be newsletters, emails. There's all sorts of things that are wrapped up in the term content. So people are inconsistent with their content. They probably get to a stage where they think, oh crikey, I need to generate some more sales in my business. I know, I'll go on social media and I'll put some posts out there. And then what they experience is nothing, because the people they're just not used to seeing content coming from this person, and it takes some time to actually build up the morning Victoria, Oh, I mustn't have my comments switched on. Ah, there we go. Good morning, lovely to see you here. So Victoria is a great example of somebody who's very consistent with her content. So the very first mistake is about consistency. Definitely, it's about being consistent. So if you decide at the end of this live stream that actually what you're going to be is consistent in creating live streams like this from your page, it's going to take kind of 2 to 3 weeks of you showing up every single day on your page to start to build that audience. And what often happens is that we kind of like, maybe we read some content or we get really inspired somewhere and we think, right, this is us, where I'm going to be creating live streams on my page. And what we do like 1 or 2 days of it and nothing happens. So we stop. And then, you know, kind of like 2 or 3 months time, you might think again that you'll do some live streaming from your page, and you do that for maybe 3 or 4 days and nothing happens, so we give up. So the thing about content is that you need to kind of get your audience used to seeing you showing up in certain places. So if you decide that actually live streaming from your Facebook page is a strategy that you're going to bring into your business, you really need to commit to it. And you don't even have to be on there for like an hour. If you just commit to creating content for 10 minutes every single day, and as your visibility increases, as your confidence increases, it will become longer and longer. And as your audience gets to know that you are going to actually turn up on your page and deliver some really valuable content, they will start to engage with you, will start to anticipate that you're going to be there, and they will start to come and join in on these live streams and start to make it worth your while actually doing it. And there's obviously more things that you can do with anything that you create in terms of content as well, but that's a whole different conversation. So let me know if this is resonating with you. The second mistake, kind of bad timing there, wasn't it? The second mistake that I see business owners making with regard to content is that they're not writing to their sole clients. They've been a little bit beige in the sense that you haven't really completed the work around who you are actually speaking to. So therefore, you are not talking to the heart of your sole clients. So your content becomes a bit blah, 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 blah. It just kind of rolls over people. So in terms of actually changing this, it's about doing that work and thinking about who is your sole client. And every single time you're creating content, you're talking directly to that person. And that is absolutely key. Right at the beginning of this live stream, on purpose, I outlined who I work with. And that is like me defining who my audience is. And therefore, from that point on, I know how to pitch my content, I know what to share, I know what's going to be useful and valuable for my audience, because I understand who my sole clients are. They're female entrepreneurs who are ready to kind of kick ass in their business and to generate more clients and more success. So therefore, my content is going to always be looking at serving my clients at that level. And the other thing with not writing to your sole clients is that sometimes we start to model ourselves on other people. But the best thing that you can be is yourself in your content. And just to keep showing up consistently, writing to your sole clients, being yourself. And if you want to be a little bit controversial. Do something that makes you stand out. You know, being on this live stream, doing a live stream, sometimes it's about entertaining your audience. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to start tap dancing or singing to you, because they really aren't my talents. But it's about, how can you bring a level of engagement and entertainment into your content? And that's really easy to do in the live stream. You've got Victoria on, it's like you can have that engagement, and you can ask your audience, what is it that you want to know from me right now whilst I'm sat here, whilst you're sat there. So you can start to build that entertainment, that engagement, and it's not just like this one-way process. And the third mistake business owners make is that they fail to make offers in their content. So therefore, when you're actually working in your business and you think about everything you need to do, content becomes like a low priority because actually in your head it's not generating you any sales. And you can absolutely use your content every single time to position an offer, an opportunity, a call to action. If that's what is required within your business at this moment in time, if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to attract more people into you, it's like if people sat and watched like a 10-minute live stream, give them something else to do, so that you can develop that relationship with your audience to the next level. And you don't have to make an offer on every single one. It could be that you create content 3 times a day, and one of them is an offer. But never ever be afraid of making an offer via your content. We're in business, and the way that we can serve our clients in the highest level is to actually make them an offer that they get to choose. So they're the 3 biggest mistakes that I see clients business owners making is number 1, not being consistent. Number 2, not writing to their sole clients and being a little bit beige in their content. And number 3 is not making offers. If you were making offers via content and those offers were turning into sales, creating content would suddenly become your number 1 sales activity, wouldn't it? So the opportunity that I am kind of opening my doors to is over in my Facebook group, Live Your Abundant Life, and I'll just put that there because I was doing something on captions yesterday and it came up as something completely different. I'm not used to my Live Your Abundant Live Your Abundant Life. So it's the group Live Your Abundant Life. You just do a search on Facebook, or you can PM me and ask me for the link. But within that group, what I'm doing on Thursday, Friday and on Monday of next week is that I'm delivering 3 days of live training where I will be showing you how you can create killer content that actually converts your warm audience to paying clients. So this is 3 days of content where I'm going to basically be sharing with you content that I would normally share with my paying clients. So this is happening over in my Facebook group. It's completely free. So if you understand that you are making 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 of these mistakes that I've outlined today, I really do encourage you to come and join in. This is happening over in the group. It's completely free. It's my best stuff, and at the end of it you're going to have tons of clarity about how you can go out there and use your content every single day to grow your business. And this isn't about you becoming a content queen and just spending your whole time creating content. This is about you getting unstuck, understanding how you can use content to grow your business and using it as a really, really strategic tool in your business. And you're going to love it as well, because we're only going to create content in a way that lights you up and that really works for you. So if you're not already part of my online community, come and join me this week and be part of this live training. If you've got any questions whilst you're here, please post them away. Please post them in the comments, and if you're listening to the recording, you've got any questions about anything that I've shared today or about how you can create content in your business consistently that totally suits your soul clients, just let me know. I'm here for the next couple of minutes. And also on Facebook, I'm currently promoting my brand new masterclass, which is happening on the 2nd of May, which is a week today. And this is where I am showing behind the scenes of a 5K week in my business. And I've previously shared this to just a very small VIP audience, and they absolutely love the content. I've decided to actually release this content and to create a live masterclass about this. when you join the masterclass, I will be sharing everything that I do in my business to generate 5k in it. And you might be thinking, oh my god, I'd love to generate 5k in a week, but I'm miles away from this. But obviously you can use these strategies to generate 5k weeks, 5k months, 5k days if you wanted to. And I was, at the time that I kind of, what was happening in my business before I was generating consistent 5k weeks and months, is that I was generating about £300 or £400 a month in my business. So you don't need to be at a certain price earning point for you to be able to use the strategies that I share in this masterclass. So I'm really excited about sharing that as well. So if you see that being promoted, I really encourage you to sign up for it and be part of that masterclass. I you know, as always, I'm going to share everything that's actually going to help you in your business. So I look forward to connecting with you over in Live Your Abundant Life during these 3 days of live training. If you've got any questions, just post them in the comments box below and I'll come back to them when I'm back on Facebook. Have a really fabulous day. Bye for now.